All right, add Christine Pelosi, daughter of Nancy Pelosi, to the growing list of prominent Democrats now urging that the electors get a chance to look at all the intelligence that links Russia to potentially hacking the election. When we chatted on FBN, the key issue came up. Why now? Why this? And do you really want those electors to swap votes? Here's how it went down with Christine Pelosi. Take a look.
All of us are patriots, preparing to do our constitutional duty as members of the Electoral College. And when we read the Washington Post report last Friday night that indicated the CIA claims conclusive evidence that Russia hacked our elections, we thought it was time for us to step up and demand an investigation. We want the information declassified as much as possible so that everybody
I know
can receive
why
a briefing.
You want this.
And we want it. And
how
we want
many
to take a look.
are Democrat and how many are Republican?
We have 50 Democrats, 1 Republican, and 1 member of the Working Families Party from New York.
Okay, now
on
do
the
you
record,
want them
and
to
many
switch
more
their votes?
Republicans and Democrats off the record.
Do you want the Republicans to switch their votes, or what is this about?
I want everybody to look at the information, Neil. I can't prejudge something I haven't seen, but I absolutely want everybody to have a chance to look at the information, and if it's declassified so the public can take a look at it too without endangering our sources and methods in the intelligence community, I think that's the role of the Electoral College, is to actually look at the facts, make sure that there hasn't been, as Hamilton warned, undue foreign influence in our elections.
All right, so you are absolutely sure, given the CIA said that it's Russia, that it's accurate, because this is the same CIA that said there were weapons of mass destruction, and
actually that was Bush Cheney. That was Bush Cheney that was Bush Cheney who said that. Number one, and number two.
They went and seized on a CIA
I don't know if these are the same.
I don't know that these are
the same CIA agent. I don't know that these are the same CIA agents who did the data gathering and collecting. So to say it's the same CIA would be the one
you seem to be picking and choosing your intelligence data. Then you might not agree with what the CIA said back in 2003. The CIA missed the 9/11 attacks. The CIA missed the fact that India had nuclear capabilities in 1998. So why this?
Why are you attacking the CIA? I'm not sure what you have to gain, Neil, in attacking the CIA. Why are you picking and
choosing the data you want to believe from the CIA?
No, what I'm actually not. I'm asking to get a look at the information myself.
To what end?
If I was just blanketly believing the CIA, I wouldn't be calling for it to be revealed to the American people.
But let's say Russia did act alone.
Well, let's take a look at it.
I'm asking.
Well, we don't know if they acted alone. We don't know if they blackmailed Republicans
I'm going to let you answer.
Democrats.
I just want an answer here that's not political. Let's say you found out that they did act alone and they were trying to influence the election, not so much as to tip the election in one person's favor or not. The electors are aware of that. Are you saying they should just be aware of their influence, or should switch, the Republican ones, their allegiance to Donald Trump because of this?
Well, I think you have to ask the Republican electors what they're going to do. But to be fair, we're trying to get the information declassified for everyone, number one, and lower the classification so that we can actually take a look at it at a local facility, so that, like a military base or an FBI office, so we can make an informed decision. I'm not taking them at their word. If I took them at the word of someone who put information in the Washington Post, I would have stood up Friday night and said I believed them. I want to make my own independent judgment based on the facts that they present, and I think that that's important, and I think it's unhelpful to the conversation to presume that one CIA agent is necessarily speaking for all of them. Look at the report that we just saw this morning on NPR with a retired CIA agent who said, I did some things I'm proud of, I did some things I'm not proud of. I think this information about Russia should be declassified,
right,
so we can know.
I guess what I'm asking you is, let's
subject to blackmail? Are Republicans subject to blackmail? Let's find out what they actually did.
I apologize for being cynical here. Then I'm thinking, when you get 50 of the 51 electors you have gathered who are Democrat, they necessarily are not going to switch their votes as a result. Is this really about hurting Donald Trump and the credibility of his election and nothing more?
This is really about finding out the truth about what role the Russians played in hacking our election.
You do the same if it were reversed.
If it was reversed, Neil, you know and I know that the congressional Republicans would already have held hearings first thing Monday morning.
Well,
so
I don't know
let's
that,
be
but
real.
you would be the same. You would be urging the same meeting of electors to study this information.
We have to find out the information. We've asked for declassification of information from this administration.
You would have the same zeal and
years.
robust attitude about getting this out and to the public.
I would want to know if they hacked the
meet.
election on behalf of. I'm always for more transparency. Always for more transparency. If I thought my party was going to be subject to blackmail by Russia, you're darn right I'd want to see that information.
Do you think Hillary Clinton lost this election in the electoral vote?
Do
you think Hillary Clinton lost this election in the electoral vote?
I think that Hillary Clinton was severely damaged by the hacking of her emails and the DNC emails that went on a drip, drip, drip basis every day for 3 months. Every day, instead of waking up and talking about the economy, they woke up and talked about. Absolutely.
So you think it wasn't her message that didn't reach voters who were subject to high unemployment states like Wisconsin and Michigan, that wasn't what did her in? This thing did her in?
No, I think that there are several factors in winning and losing. Look, if 80,000 people had voted differently in this election,
the Russians didn't make her lose. She lost.
No, I don't know that you can say that. What if Donald Trump had lost the election? Would you say it was one single factor?
All right, so
or would you say it was an array of factors?
So this is a contributing factor. You are trying to get electors who are herefore bound to the Republican candidate, Republican states, to switch their allegiance, right?
Don't put words in my mouth, Neil. Neil Cavuto, you owe it to the American people to let me tell the truth and to not lie about what I just said. Yeah, Alex Jones said the same thing about me yesterday. Alex Jones on InfoWars has said that I want to have a coup and assassinate Donald Trump. Since then, I've gotten death threats, so it's not helpful for me if you're going to lie about what I am saying.
Christine, Donald Trump doesn't come on my show.
That is not helpful for me. It's not safe for me or for my family or for other electors. Please don't do that.
He doesn't come on this show. I have no agenda here. I'm just saying it seems that you do.
Well, no, then don't put words in my mouth, Neil, that you know are going to antagonize people and make me unsafe.
Christine, come on. You want the electors to get this
Neil,
information
Neil, you need to make sure that you understand what your role is here.
Do you want them to switch their votes, yes or no?
What I want to do is get the information. What I want to do is not have you mischaracterize what I say so that I get even more death threats and more insults and more online attacks than I'm already getting. Part of the reason that Republicans won't sign on to my letter is some of them have said to me point blank, I don't want to get that kind of blowback. I want a hearing. I want a briefing. I want a declassification.
You wouldn't even know the half of
but I don't want to get the threat
when I raise critical stories about either candidate. What I'm asking you, though, is please don't
put words in my mouth, then,
I wish I could get any accurate words out of your mouth, Christine. I want to know.
Excuse me. You've gotten many accurate words out of my mouth. Please don't call me a liar, Neil.
When you're telling the electors, this would be a first. You want the electors to get this intelligence data. I'm taking the leap that it will prove that Russia acted to interfere in the elections, that Russia moved to hack the elections. Wait a minute, I'm going to, just for the sake of argument. Then, what do you want the electors to do with that information?
I haven't seen it, so I can't prejudge it. Right now, what I want is the information. What I want is for you not to put words in my mouth that will risk my safety. What I want you to do is discuss accurately what I am saying, which is the public has a right to know, and the electors have a right to know.
Do what with it? Do what with it? What if all the Republicans look at this information and they look at it and they vote the way they were voted in their states? You, Christine Pelosi, would be okay with that? Yes or no?
What I want first is to get the information. I'm not going to prejudge something I have not seen.
All right, I want you to think of that. No prejudging here. Then you get all the information and to the electors that the Russians hacked the election. Let's say they did. You can't conclusively prove whether it switched the results, but you want the electors to be aware of this. How could you not be arguing as a Democrat that you want those Republican electors to vote differently? That's what this is about. I don't think you have to be on the right or the left to see this is about switching an outcome you didn't like. That is my opinion. But I think it's borne out in repeated interviews with a number of Democrats who want to meet with these electors and change history.